I'll only get good responses. No one's going to call me and say anything bad.
No matter how much you may yell from rooftops, it's not like it, it's not like it. People will only believe it when they see it.
Your mother is your strongest influence in life.
I've danced properly or not properly, I don't know. But she was like, you better do something or pack your bags.
Salman Khan has fans. He's a huge star who will watch his film whether they like the promo or not.
We used to meet Arbaz very often before his film release, and he was having a huge problem selling that film. Anyone has said, oh, this is the formula, it's over.
जिंदगी में कभी आसमान से कूदे हो? कभी समुंदर की गहराई में गए हो?
कभी जान बचा के भागे हो?
Hi, this is Zoya Akhtar.
Hi, this is Farhan Akhtar.
And you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
दिलों में तुम अपनी बेताबियां लेकर चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो तुम। नज़र में ख्वाबों की बिजलियां लेकर चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो तुम। जो अपनी आँखों में हैरानियां लेकर चल रहे हो तो जिंदा हो तुम। Impressive lines from Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, and we have with us brother sister duo of Farhan Akhtar and Zoya Akhtar with us. Wonderful to have you guys back on Bollywood Hungama first of all.
Thank you.
In fact, these lines Farhan is mouthing them, and there's music playing in the background. It's part of the audio CD as well. Somehow it reminds of what Javed Akhtar Saab did with Tarkash. He had an audio book as well, and where he just recited his lines and there was music in the background.
Yeah.
Was that the idea for this as well?
No, the idea was the character that I play, Imran, is a closet poet. So there's many sequences in the film where, as a voiceover, the poetry is used. For us, it felt like the one that really kind of sums up what the film is about. So we decided to put it on the CD, and instead of just having just the voice, we thought it would be nice to use a part of the background score as well, just to give it the right emotion and the right feel.
One very impressive song is Khwabon Ke Parinde. I think it's been beautifully sung and all. So music, what kind of responses have you been getting in general?
I've gotten very good responses, but I'll only get good responses. No one's going to call me and say anything bad. I actually read up a lot on the net. So, on YouTube, and read various blogs, film blogs, people's personal blogs.
Sure.
So there you get a slightly more realistic vibe, and it's been really good.
But are you happy with the entire response to the music so far? Because, these days we have this Delhi belly. It's like there's a wave of Delhi belly happening all over, and hearing the song, but there is one perception that maybe it has a bit of a heard before feel as well.
I don't obviously think so, otherwise they wouldn't be in my film. And heard before feel means in terms of genre, like, oh, this sounds like a rock song. Yeah, it is a rock song.
Not really, because like Shankar Ehsaan Loy, they've worked with you guys earlier as well. Maybe in that context, like that, they've maybe done something of a similar sort earlier as well.
Yeah, no, but I don't think so. The thing is, I remember once having this conversation with Dad and with Shankar as well. In terms of, we were talking about, how at the end of the day, if you want to take any song, and find another song that sounds like it, it's not very difficult to do that, because there's that many notes available in a scale, that you can make a song with. If any song you take, for example, I'm not a connoisseur in terms of naming another song, but most music, more often than not, ends up sounding like something you've heard before. The point is that you do different changes, you write different lyrics to it, and you try your best, consciously of course, to avoid sounding like any other song that is done before. So, if there is that, like you're saying, if there is a perception of that, that's also on some level, you can understand it. It's not something that I find shocking, because there's many songs that I feel like I've heard on albums or in films, and I feel like it sounds very familiar. It sounds like something I've heard. That does happen, but again, at the end of the day, it's not because I've heard something like it. For whatever it is that you mention, even a film like Delhi Belly, to me, I can think of songs from, like, say, Green Day, for example, that sound like songs from Delhi Belly. Other people may have not heard Green Day, but I've heard it. But it sounds like that to me. But at the end of the day, it's a standalone song.
Which song exactly?
No, whichever. No, I don't want to name songs. But the thing is that it's rock. It's kind of alternative rock in Delhi Belly. And there are many alternative rock songs out there. And it's not that it's lifted from a song. It's not that. But the thing is that it's a genre of music. And for someone who listens to a lot of alternate rock, they might be like, oh, this sounds like alternate rock and something like I've heard. But it's not like that. Every song is hopefully as original as you can make it. You know what I mean? If there's a song I've never heard in my life and it sounds like that, there's nothing I can do.
Okay, after Luck by Chance, I think it was a widely acclaimed film in terms of critical acclaim and all. Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara is being keenly anticipated because it's coming from Zoya Akhtar, the director of the film. Somewhere it didn't really work at the box office. Does that concern you?
The box office concerns you for every film. Your first film, your second film, of course you want it to do well. You want it to be liked, you want it to be seen, and you want the producers that have put in that money to make it back. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Comparison with Dil Chahta, almost everyone is saying that three guys film and all. Does it make you feel good, or does it like make you concerned in any way?
No, I mean, I at the end of the day, people who are going to go and see this film because of enjoying the promos or the music, or for the fact that they think it's like Dil Chahta Hai, I'm glad that something's driving them to wanting to see it. And when they see the film, they'll realize that actually it's not like Dil Chahta Hai. So I mean, it's not gonna. At the end of the day, the film will speak for itself. No matter how much you may yell from rooftops, it's not like it. It's not like it. People will only believe it when they see it. So they'll get a sense of what the film is like when they see it, which is that it's really not like Dil Chahta Hai. The story is not at all like Dil Chahta Hai.
Javed Saab has written the dialogues of Luck by Chance, and I think the dialogues are fantastic. In fact, the place where he is told that इतना ज़्यादा लोग पसंद कर रहे हैं कि rights हो गए हैं, कुछ लोग मर गए हैं, the way he reacts, चिंटू जी reacts कि बहुत अच्छी बात है, वाह वाह क्या बात है. So why did you just shift from Javed Saab to Farhan Akhtar for the dialogues of this film?
It was the same reason why I went with my dad for Luck by Chance over Farhan, because I think he knows that world more.
Sure.
I think he would be truer to those characters, and I think he would be able to bring something to that Farhan or me can't. Likewise with this, I mean, my father's done the lyrics in this film, and my father's run all the poetry. But I just felt that the men are at the age that Farhan is, and the ethos is very similar.
Sure.
And I think I thought that he would be better for this.
How do you guys rate each other as directors? Because both of you have directed films and they have been acclaimed. So if you have to just rate Zoya Akhtar as a director, how will you do that? And how do you maintain the objectivity factor?
It's always nice to work with people who know what they're doing, in any capacity. So whether it's her as a director, Carlos as a DOP, Suzanne Merwanji as the production designer, Arjun Basin as the costume designer, sure, and the other actors as actors. It's just nice to be in an environment where you feel secure. Because the minute you're in a space where everybody is performing their job well, you can really just sit and think about what it is you're supposed to be doing and not stress about somebody else's job or what's going on set. So she maintains that. I mean, she's clear about what she wants, and she keeps the working atmosphere very controlled within her view, which is nice to see. So yeah, I mean, this is the second time we're working together. If I hadn't enjoyed the experience, I don't think we'd be working together again. Sure. So I think that in itself is kind of self-explanatory when people collaborate twice, because they did have a nice time working together.
How do you just analyze Farhan's career so far?
Been diverse, been very good actually. He kind of excels at most things he wants to do, sure, which is amazing and impressive, and also a bit annoying sometimes, because you're like, if he wants to do something and he'll do it really well, and it's just like, it's like he and it's not just what he does publicly, or in terms of acting or singing or directing. It's also stuff that's personal, like I want to play a musical instrument and he plays the guitar, and he wants to cook and he'll make you a gourmet meal, so it's very good, it's very impressive, I think. And I think a lot of it, it's genuine innate talent, but I think the other half of it is discipline. And that to me is the impressive part.
I think as Parsis, half Parsis, it comes automatically, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it kind of slipped me by, maybe.
In fact, I read one of your interviews by your mom. I think she has a fantastic sense of humor. The way she spoke about the complexities of life and the way she has reacted to the certain situations in her life. How has she affected both of you as such?
I mean, she's our mother.
As a filmmaker,
yeah,
and as persons as well.
Your mother is your strongest influence in life, sure, period. So, I mean, I can't even go into the depths of that. But in terms of as a human being, I think she is... she was a very young mother. She was very young when she had us, sure, which made a huge difference, I think, in the way we were brought up and handled. And she's an incredibly open minded, incredibly liberal person, tolerant of things around her, open to things around her. And I think she traveled a lot. She traveled with us all over the place as kids. I think those things are hugely responsible for our development. I think her openness really, to me at least, I don't speak for us as a unit, but for me, now when I think back, I think it really shaped me, and not really prejudging anything, taking the experience and taking something out of it. So you're always you're open to new people, open to new places, open to new things. I think that comes from her completely.
And I believe she told you that if you don't start doing something, she'll throw you out of the house, and you started doing Dil Chahta Hai. That's what I
Yes,
read
that
somewhere.
was what her contribution to mine. No, no, but no, it's true. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess as parents, you do worry, and you try different. I mean, she did try to, of course, before it came to this moment, she tried many other things, to talk to me, support me in something I may want to do. But I was kind of very determined not to do anything at that point. So I think it eventually came down to this point where she was like, "You better do something or pack your bags."
I think Javed Sahab has said in one of the interviews that he was asked that if you have to just pick up any of the films of Farhan out of Dil Chahta Hai, Laksh and Dawn, he said Dil Chahta Hai. That was his choice. Do you feel at times that your first film is still referred to as your best work?
No, I mean it is. I mean, it's nice that people remember your first film. It's not that people don't talk about Laksh or they don't talk about Dawn, because I get a lot of messages from people on community pages that I may be on, or when I travel, about Laksh. A lot of people expecting Dawn because now they've seen the first Dawn and they're dying to see what happens in the second one. So it's not like that, and I feel I really do consider myself really fortunate that people remember my first film. It doesn't happen to everyone. That their first film is remembered. It's very rare.
Many people have emulated that. In fact, many people have tried to emulate that as well.
I mean, that I won't comment on. But for me, it's important that, you've done a film, it's been 10 years now. And the fact that people do remember it, and every time you're mentioned or spoken about, your first film is mentioned, I think it's kind of special. It makes you feel good that, at the end of the day, your work amounted to something, not just, it wasn't a passing thing, it mattered. So it's nice.
These days we are having an interesting phase that there have been a certain kind of cinema, like say I think Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, it's like very upmarket and beautiful locales, Spain and all. Apart from that, what Karan Johar has been making, it say I Hate Love Stories, shot in New Zealand, other films that have been coming about. And then at the same time we are having an interesting phase of like say a Dabang, which is like very hinterland. Or like say a film like a Singham is coming, which is just targeting a Desi crowd, or like a Reddy and all. It's both of a contrast in fact. So how do you guys just observe this change in purview of the audience in fact?
It's always been like that. I mean, the year that Dil Chahta Hai was made, there was Lagan, which was a village film in a turn of the century, like a century ago. There was K3G, which was again your NRI. There was Gadar, which is again hinterland. There was Chandni Ba, which is Bombay city, gritty. And there was Dil Chahta Hai. So, I mean, it's always been there. It's never been, I mean, it's not like everybody makes movies set abroad or everybody makes movies set in India. There are all kinds of movies being made all the time, so I don't ever see it being different.
But like this demarcation that it's a multiplex film, it's a single screen film.
But who is making this demarcation?
It has happened, like say for example a film like Veer, it did very well in single screen, but it did not do well at all in multiplexes. Right. A film like Dabang, it does exceedingly well in the single screen. At the same time, it does very, very well in the multiplexes as well. So in a way, it's said that it's just breaking the jinx, and it's like films which are more India-centric and very, very Desi-centric, they're doing exceedingly well, and there's audience even in the metros which is gradually growing up to them and gradually just adapting to them as well.
I think if a film is good, people will watch it. So, I mean, if Dabang is... see, there's also... We are a star-driven industry.
Sure.
I mean, we survive because we are star-driven. So, Salman Khan has fans. He's a huge star, and he has fans who will watch his film whether they like the promo or not. They like him. So when he's in a film which is maybe not that great, it will make his single screen fans will still go there. But Dabang, which across the board connects as a movie, it connects as a film across the board, people are going to watch it. I mean, it's a star-driven industry and people are going to go to see him. It may not necessarily be the package that comes with it. You want to watch him. irrespective of anything else.
No, but like a Mayor or Mrs. Khanna didn't work at all. In fact, or like a London Dreams did not work at all. In fact, it was having Salman Khan, and this is coming after Wanted, which was a huge hit.
So basically, it boils down to who knows. I think that's what it boils down to.
How do you react to this scenario?
I don't really actually. I think it's important for filmmakers and for producers to follow their own path. You know, at the end of the day, if I try to emulate somebody else's work, I'm going to fail miserably because there will be design in it. You know, and if somebody tries to emulate what we do because they feel that works, then there'll be design in it. I mean, you have to be true to yourself. At the end of the day, I'm very happy for Salman and I'm very happy for Arbaz. I mean, they are like family to us. So I'm really happy that their film is like a huge success, you know, and I wish them all the best for every single film that they're going to make, and I hope they're all bigger successes. But for me to say, oh, now I'm going to start making a film like that, I'll be going against what it is that excites me to make. I mean, I enjoyed watching that film tremendously. I watched it and I thought Salman was amazing in the film. His character was fantastic. And we should not forget the contribution of the director in that movie and the writer in that movie, who wrote a very smart script and directed in a very interesting way. You know, so I mean, that's a part of it. But at the end of it all, you enjoy a film or you don't enjoy a film, for me. And it's not about, honestly, it's not about where it's set, who it's talking to. The important thing is that is the story holding me, is it entertaining me? And that's what's important.
You can't just sit, you know, and be like, oh, in the last 1 year, this is what's working. So this is it doesn't work like that. I mean, nobody thought Lagan would be a hit. Nobody wanted to make it. Nobody wanted to act in it. They couldn't understand a film with cricket, a film in a village, a film with in the Raj.
No, it's not only that. I mean, if you speak, for example, I mean, like Arbaz, and we used to meet Arbaz very often before his film release, and he was having a huge problem selling that film.
You don't?
Nobody, yeah, exactly. Nobody wanted to buy it. Now suddenly everyone's like, oh, we should all make movies like this.
So, you know, it happens. One just kind of comments on the way the trend is, and at times the trend is surprising because many people did not. Yeah, it keeps on changing. Yeah, that's true.
Anyone has said, oh, this is the formula, it's over. Because the formula has been recognized.
People start following that.
Exactly. So then the minute you recognize what the formula is, it's gone, it's past. Now you're in search of something new.
All the films that have come and kicked in have been completely fresh, have been so because they weren't the formula at that point. You know what I mean? That's why it was different.
Is not fresh at all. It works like anything, in fact.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
Dawn to a huge anticipation for that. You're looking forward to that?
I mean, I'm very happy with everything that we've shot. I mean, it's in an edit phase right now. I'm quite certain that it'll all fall together really interestingly, that I'm quite sure of. And it'll be fun. I mean, the teaser will be out with Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
What's the duration of that?
The duration of the teaser. Wow, I think it's about 90 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, roughly. We also make short things. It's not like that.
You know, there are Shah Rukh Khan fans who are eagerly waiting for this, and for them, every second counts.
I get messages from them on Twitter and Facebook every single day.
Every second counts.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and what are you doing next after this?
I'm going on holiday.
After that?
Who knows?
Kismat Talkies, it's happening.
There. It's in the drawer. I don't know if it's the film I want to make next, or I'll see what comes up. What's inspiring?
There was Farhan Akhtar and Zoya Akhtar talking about their film Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara that's releasing this July 15th. They've also just discussed their thoughts on cinema and try to analyze their filmography, both of them, and also the current trends that are happening in Bollywood. Thank you very much for being on Bollywood.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to have you, and all the best wishes for Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara and all your future ventures.
Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Bye me, boy, mental boy. Arjun, my boy, तुम इस द यूनिफॉर्म में द मेंटल लग रहे हो.